Um, Hi. Just some random thoughts on, you know, the kind of life I want to have. Today is 3rd of April 2025. Um, Standing at a crossroad in my life, um, in a dilemma of what to sign up for, what to compromise on, non-negotiables of life, so on and so forth. Was just assessing my aspirations, my goal, my idea of how I want to take the path of the ultimate purpose of life, which is, yes, moksha. um in a parallel universe, I would have loved to become a housewife and, maybe live at the riverside of a bank in a hut, wear a sari, put kachras, expect my husband to get some firewood, raise kids, yeah, all of that. In a parallel world, I would have loved to become an actor and wear a yellow sari and on some random, mountain in the Switzerland. I would have loved to just act it out. In a parallel world, I would have also loved to, just take up a job that gives me financial security, something like a 9 to 5 hustle. um yeah, why not? But now, not just now, like this was seeded, this, I don't know if I'm speaking right English, but yeah, the seed was there since the beginning, and now I see the sapling blooming. Before it becomes a tree of thoughts, I want to water it with experiences, with knowledge. I have tried doing it all. I've tried being that, being that human full of anger, with zero tolerance towards injustice, people lying, society problems, something wrong happening with the environment, with people around me. I would make the calls. Yeah, I have some embarrassing, crazy experiences as a student of what all I did. So I have tried being the cow of the gang, just nodding and saying yes and not creating, you know, any disturbance. I have tried being the silent communicator. I have tried being numb in situations where I should have spoken. I have tried communicating it to people, if certain situations or some things are hurting me or whatever. I've tried it all except for the violent ways, which are definitely illegal and against my morality and my ethics and my values. Now I won't say that this is the conclusion per se, but the need of the hour on the kind of woman I am turning into, because yeah, I have started realizing that I can see that transition from a teenager to an adult girl, now to a woman who is experiencing different kind of emotions, different kinds of certain triggers, certain anxieties, so on and so forth. So that is happening now. The need of the hour is to be brave, to be a fighter, to be strong, and to be self sufficient. Because now your parents and your grandparents are aging. You don't go to them with your problems, they come to you and you solve their problems. So that is what the equation is like. Number two, having been raised in a joint family, I was about to say grand family, yeah, that is also true. I have had the privilege of getting different kinds of upbringing and treatment. For example, I got the absolute amount of pampered behavior from my grandfather. For example, I got incredible amount of logical behavior from my aunt. I got immense exposure to, the feminine feelings of a lady from my grandmother, how to take care of her family, how, the do's and don'ts, and how to surrender yourself in the service of others, how to love people selflessly. From my mother, I have seen the right balance of it all, to do stuff for your family, for your kids. Kids are also family, for your relatives, society, and to random strangers you meet. So, and plus whatever life experiences I have been part of, up till date, experiences, certain situations which I don't want to disclose, etc. So what's next is a good question. और आज एकदम से ख्याल, oh my god, I start talking in Hindi, but why am I not talking in Hindi? I don't know. I am liking this conversation in English. Um, as the society evolves, right? Gone are the days. I don't want to talk about gender inequality here. I don't want to talk about equity here. I don't want to talk about gender at all. I just want to talk about myself, because that is what the agent of this video is, and me recording for my future self. Um, in a parallel world, I would have loved to take sannyas and just, give all my life towards that eternal truth. In a parallel world, I would have loved to love. In a parallel world, I would have loved to not known any of the things which life has taught me, because, more knowledge is not always, healthy. The lesser you know, the better it is. So now, I think, oh, today, actually, this is Navratri. I think today is fourth or fifth day of Navratri. So, how a woman has to take different roles, wear different hats, that is what I want to teach myself. Yeah, wow, that is such a nice way of putting it, right? कि मैं, I would like to have that softness in me. Like, you can be soft yet unbreakable. I want to become Mirabai someday and just do bhakti and in the devotion of Lord Vishnu or Shiva. I would want to be a Shatrani. I would want to be a fighter. I would also want to be, Bhavani when required. I would also be expected to fight where required. So every time, you know, girls should get all that princess treatment, la 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 la, every time, 24 by 7, is such a Western concept. So I'm telling you, you have to be full of your feminine powers and be soft and everything, but where required, who is in front of you, who is versus you, who is with you, you have to be very vigilant. Only then you can give it all, and let not all the things which are happening around you affect you, because you have to keep your heart, you have to protect your heart, right, with the rib cage of your strong personalities. So you have to be clear, sorted, calm, composed from here and here. So yeah, that's that. Nice. You got this, Nimisha, with Two pimples. You got this and you got this. Dukh raha hai. Cool. For my future self. I might be. बताओ I might be पता नहीं before I get too candid, but this is life. Be open to uncertain situations, scenarios, because that's the beauty of life, right? You plan it to be a perfect straight line for you to walk by, but no, it's the ups and downs and downs and downs and ups and downs and downs and downs. And that is what makes your heart beat, right? If it gets straight, you are dead. So make sure that when death finds you, it finds you alive and happy. Namaste.